Here is standing like a tree, or Wu Chi from the Tai Chi and Qigong tradition. So starting off by just standing easy and maybe give the hands a little bit of a rub. Warming them up, bringing blood to them, and bringing our minds to the hands as well. So my feet are parallel, if that's comfortable for you. The outside edges of the feet are like railway tracks. Slightly pressing the big toe down, and also the outside edges of the feet. You might feel as if your feet are like suction cups on the floor or the earth. And it can be very soft and subtle. And thereby activating a point called kidney 1 or bubbling spring in the sole of the feet, activating our connection to earth and our availability for earthy and yin energy to come up from the planet through our bodies. Working through the stance up through the body. The knees, which have a tendency in this position to fall in after a while, fall in, and we're going to be standing for some minutes. So imagining that you have some support there, maybe a football between the knees, something like that. So the knees are relatively following the same direction as the feet, facing forward. And soften them. Sometimes they can be quite tight, hyper extended, as it were. So just soften them off. Ensuring, as far as is possible for you, that the weight is equally distributed on the toes and the heels. I'll turn to the side to demonstrate the position of the pelvic basin. So it's as if the tailbone is going straight down into the earth. And you might feel that gives you a slight pelvic tilt, the tail tucked under and down. And that flattens the lumbar curve. So tail tucked under and down, as if your tailbone can go straight down into earth. Activating the lower belly just a little bit like you would in a pelvic tilt. And lumbar spine just a bit flatter than it normally is. And with your mind only, realizing, observing that the spine is elongating upwards with relatively little effort, defying gravity, if you like, and having the image or metaphor of the top of the head as if reaching for the sky. So without movement, just with imagining. Feeling the effect of that subtly on the spine, the neck spine, of elongating. You could also imagine a little cushion of water between each vertebrae. And tucking the chin down, so opening the neck spine, but just keeping it down. This would be closing the throat off, but actually opening the throat and opening the back of the neck. Usually we have to put the chin down and then back a little bit. And again, very subtle movements. Last nuance is that we allow a bit of space between the arms and the sides of the body. And usually I imagine something about the size of a golf ball in the armpits, or just take the arms away and let them come back, but with a little bit of space left. And this is Wu Qi, and we are already doing Qigong, already softening and receiving yin energy from the earth, which in turn attracts, magnetizes, if you like, yang energy from the sky. The fourth, standing like a tree option, again I'll turn sideways, is all those things that we've just done, plus as if you are hugging a tree. So let's just make that movement. When you take the arms up, can you feel how there might be a tendency to dip, to stick the tailbone out and increase the lumbar curve? So the movement upwards, steady with your stance, steady and soft, and maybe tucking the tail under just a little bit more to keep this area open. If it's closed, Qi is less likely to come through it. It'll get through, but we want optimum advantage for ourselves. So tucking the tail under and taking the arms up to about center of chest height. So the magnetic field of us is strongest around the heart. And so we're kind of playing around in that field of the heart, if you like. Focusing on one thing, you could focus on your breath, coming in and out, or the weight of you down through your feet. Quieten the mind by turning the attention to the body always here, now, and present. So let's explore this a little bit more. You could imagine that you're actually holding a tree, so you've got support there. Imagine its roots and your roots going down into the earth, its crown and your crown heading up to sky. The little breath that goes on between us and trees, they taking up our carbon dioxide and we taking in their oxygen. And if your arms get tired, which they likely will do, I mean, either just drop them and start again. But another option is to just soften, soften, soften. Soften everything. Use the image of a tree. You could also use the image of what we call chi balls underneath each arm, holding you there like big airfield cushions. Keep tucking the tail under. Keep rooted and reaching for the sky at the same time. Keep softening the arms and the shoulders. Imagine you're standing on damp sand, so your footprints are just a little deeper than they normally would be. Maybe you're feeling some discomfort. And if so, please feel free to move out of it. And if possible, just stay and observe it. Accept it. Soften it and see what happens. In particular, tune in to the area, the space that you've created between your hands and what we call the heart center. You might just move your hands a little bit as if checking for the air in a gym ball or a Swiss ball. And see if you can tangibly feel that magnetic field that's coming off the heart. Make it stronger by smiling down into the heart, feeding it with things that bring you joy. possible to stay here for minutes more, for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, an hour, if you're a Qigong master. But let's just bring the hands down. Come back through Wu Qi, the starting position. Move back into your back a little bit. Perhaps you've been watching the video and you're forward. Just make sure you're on your heels as well. Thank you for watching.